Today is Gimel Adar. We're holding in Perek Lamed, Daf Lamed Ches, page 75. So the Alter Rebbe has a continuation to what he spoke about Perek Chavtes, about humiliating the Nefesh HaBahamis, deflating it, and Mele, the light of Hashem will shine on its own. So now he's saying another advice how to be very humble. There's another thing you have to think about. You should be humble in front of every person. It's interesting in the Mishnah in Turkey Ovis, where it says the Rebbe noticed that there is two girsos over there. The girsa ha'odom with a hay, or just v'fnei odom without the hay. And the Alter Rebbe himself, in the Pirkei Avos on the Siddur, he mentioned it without the hay. So why he brings over here v'fnei kol odom with the hay? And the Rebbe checked many different prints of Tanya from different times. That all says odom, so you can't say it's a print mistake. It looks like it's bedavka. So the Rebbe has arichus advorim on it. Just b'kitzur, I'm going to bring the point over here. The reason the Alter Rebbe brings the girsa v'fnei kol odom, we just could see how much the Alter Rebbe wrote the Tanya for 20 years, so you could see how much thought he put into it. The Tosfos bring in Maseches Yevomes that when it says Atem kruyim odom, that we are odom and not the Nochrim, so Tosfos says when it says odom takets means a Jew, but when it says ho-odom, it means even a goy. That's what the Tosfos says. When it says ho-odom, even a goy. So the Alter Rebbe wants to emphasize over here that the person, you have to be humble in front of everybody, not only in front of Eden, even in front of a goy. By everybody, as you're going to see now, you have to see that he has some miles that you don't have, and you have to be humble in front of everybody. You see from here how important is the mila of being humble, anivus, and how bad is hodiness, that the person has to be humble in front of everybody. Let's see now. Again, a Rebbe has a richus advorim on it, but that's bekitzur advorim. And our person has to be humble in front of everybody. V'hevei be'emes la'amitoy. She says, like we said last parak also, when you're trying to humiliate the nefesh habam, it's not just you're saying in words and you don't mean it. You have to mean it to bring down the nefesh habamis, to humiliate it. Over here also, when you have to be humble in front of everybody, you have to inside yourself, you have to feel humble in front of everybody. Bifnei kol odom mamash, in front of every being that's in the world, you have to feel humble. Afilu bifnei kal shebakalim, even somebody, a light-headed man, is really not somebody you would look up to. You still have to be humble in front of every single person. V'hainu al pi ma'amar Hazal. Now we're telling you, how could you do that? Sometimes you see somebody is not. It's somebody you probably would have a shy like, and I'm a tzaref him to the minyan. Or sometimes you could say, how could I be humble in front of this guy? He doesn't look so good. So it tells about Avain Pi Ma'amar Hazal, Al Tadines Chabercha, Achragielem Koim, or never be judgmental. Don't judge others till you're gonna go to his own shoes, to his shoes, to his place. Kimakoimoy goyrem lo lachtoi. Don't say the word to tell you where his shoe says to his place. Kimakoima, his place causing him to sin. Some people, they're not yeshve oil. They don't sit in the koil yeshiva the whole day, but he goes the whole day in the marketplace. Again, the Rebbe points out over here, if he's not going around bashuk, then even if he's sitting, he's a sitting position. He chooses to sit with the yeshve kronis, with the people that the lady people, empty people that have not much to do with their life. So a person like him, the end of royas kalatayla, he sees what's going on the street. The ayin roya, the eyes sees va'alev choyma, the heart desires the yitzra boyer kesanu boyero meoife, and his yitzra is burning, flaming like a flame of a oven. His Yetzirah is burning like a fire over there by this man. So Memele, before you being judgmental, why he does certain things, you have to realize what kind of Yetzirah is, what the drive he has. If somebody doesn't go so much outside, so most of the time he's sitting at home. And even when he's outside, people are different. Maybe they have differences, different in nature. Some maybe the guy you're looking at so down, maybe he has a bigger yetzer, a bigger fire in him, and maybe you don't have such a big fire in you. Ken hayetzer shova b'chol nefesh. The yetzer is different in everybody. Yesh mish yetzer chulu mishkosu mokem acher. One of the inyanim, what the Gemara says in Masechet Shabbos, Kol ha'omer David Choto Ena Latoya. The Gemara goes a whole list of many tzaddikim over there. One of the David HaMelech. But there's many pirushim why we say David Lo Choto. There's many pirushim. Not going to get into it. One of the pirushim Reb Chaim Vital brings to Maharizal. He says the amount of the Yetzer Hara that David HaMelech had compared to others, it was enormous. So, you're mistaken, because if you would have such a Yetzer Hara, you wouldn't be able to accomplish what David HaMelech accomplished. So, meaning you can be judgmental on others. Some people they have a big Yetzer Hara, so you have to, when you look at others, look with some sympathy, empathy. Look with a more kavschus. You never know what he's going through. They said that the Rebbe Rashab one time told his son, the Frierdiker Rebbe, he says, why Hashem created a person with two eyes? He says the right eye, that's the positive eye. You should look at others. At others, look at the positive eye. Don't be judgmental on them. The left eye, more judgmental, more strict, more severe. Then look at yourself. Yourself, you look with the left eye. You demand from yourself more. And from others, don't demand. That's what it says over here. And maybe the other guy has a bigger Yetzer Hara. Even somebody is very hot in his nature, meaning he has a big fire in him. He's stuck is sitting with Yoshve Kronos, people that lady people, empty people, that not people with a lot of teuchen to them. And Loshumis Natzlus al Chato, he has no excuse doing Averis. Mikre Rosha Gomor. When he does an Averis, it's called a Rosha Gomor, al Asher and Pachad, al Kim, Neged Enov. Why don't you stop yourself from fear of God to do Averis? He was supposed to hold himself back and control his tivus. Should believe him in Pachad Avaya. With the Yetzer Hara you have in your heart, you were supposed to stop it because of the fear of Hashem. Haroya kol Maisel, Hashem watching you. If the king would watch you right now, you wouldn't do that. So you were supposed to bring in you the awareness that the presence of Hashem over here and stop doing what you want to do. That's in Perikut Beis, brother. It's from the Zohar that the person born by nature, that the mind controls the heart and the body. Later on, he says the Rishoyim lose this ability, but that's also a tie on him. Why did you lose this ability to be Moach Sholit Alalev? Okay, so what he's saying over here, obviously, is not saying he's okay. He's not accountable. No, this way you might use this cheshbon for yourself. Maybe, I have a big Yetzer Hara. No, he's not saying it's okay. All he's saying is, don't be so judgmental on him. He has a big Yetzer Hara in him. Now he's going back to try to understand this other people that are not doing so well. It's a big war. To break the Yetzer Hara that's burning like a big flame, a fire, because of fear of Hashem. It's mamash like an nisoyan for avodah zarah. A person mamash willing to die not to do avodah zarah. This is over here It's a big sacrifice he's doing. Mamash to break the Yitzhak, not to do the Avera because of fear of Hashem. It's a big nisoyan. You have a big Yitzhak over here. Vilkach, Torikol Odom, Lefima Shum, Koimo, Madragosov, Avedas Avayim. Now, that's the Cheshbon Reveal. That's why you have to be humble. Why? So everybody have to put in front of himself a gauge over here, a test. Not in the results. The results, maybe you are better than some other people. You're doing better. You're davening more. You're doing more mitzvahs. You're learning more. But you have to look at the process. Who's putting more efforts over here? Wherever you are, Hashem, you have to weigh that. You have to test it. Look at yourself. Hashem, ובחינת מלחמה עצומה כזו, וניסיון כזה, בחינת ועשתו. You judging on facts. So you're saying, I'm davening, this guy's not davening. I'm learning, this guy's not learning. I'm doing this, he's not doing mitzvahs. He's from Yeshve Kronos. He's outside with people that not doing what I'm doing. So you're looking down at him. So you have to see what kind of process of milchama he has, what he going through. So you have to see, I am going through the same thing by Mavasatoiv. I'm fighting so much to learn. I'm fighting so much to do mitzvah, so it's coming easy to me. I'm fighting so much when I daven. Kagoin ba'avedas atfilah b'chavona lishpech nafshoy lifnei Hashem b'chol koicha mamash. Mamash, pour your out in front of Hashem with all of you, meaning immerse in davening. How many people immerse in davening? Some people they're so distracted that they can't sit 2 minutes, and then the phone rings, or they look at the phone, or they talk to others. So it says you have to be immersed in davening completely. B'kol koicha mamash ad mitzui hanefesh, mamash till the last drop of your neshama. That's be fully immersed, like the world doesn't exist now. V'leilochem im gufoy, and fight with your body. V'nefesh abamis shaboy. Amoinim hakavona b'milchama atzuma, they prevent from you kavona, and fight with them with a big war. Ulevatshom ulechatatom offer koidam atfila shachris v'arvis. Basically, in a way, we're going back to Perek Chavtes in the previous Perek, where the Alter Rebbe says you have to humiliate the nefesh habamis, which is yourself. So he says one of the good way to do it is before davening, morning and night, because if you want the light of Hashem to shine during davening, you want to be immersed in davening, you want to feel the light of Hashem during davening, so deflate the nefesh habahamis, levatsham ulechatata. You have to beat them up and you have to grind them, meaning bring them down completely. And you have to do that again, because if to compare your avodah to the avodah of this guy that on the street, he has big challenges over there. Midayom b'yom, every day. Not only is hachonel atfilah during davening, le'agei atzmoi, if the toil yourself, v'yigias nefesh, v'yigias bosor, you really have to put a lot of effort, daven well. So again, what we're saying over here, if you look at the results, and the same thing, by the way, would be in chinuch. Let's say a teacher sitting in a classroom and he's judging by the results. He says one boy knows a lot better than the other boy. He knows so much. This guy doesn't know anything. That's one way of judging. But then the other way of judging, maybe one of them is brighter and he gets everything quickly, so he knows it more. The other one's working a lot harder. But the question you have to see, if this bright boy, if he worked hard enough, like the other one that doesn't know as much as him, but he works a lot harder. So look at the process. And when you look at the process of this guy from Yeshua Kronos, maybe he worked a lot harder than you. For that hard work that he has more than you, for that you have to have humility. You have to be humble. That's why it says you could find a reason to be humble in front of everyone. He's going to go talk more about it, obviously, in this parak more. Just want to say that the Inyan of davening, how he says you have to work hard, that Mamash put all of you into davening. There is a sikha from the Rebbe that relates to Purim. We're coming to Purim soon. The Gemara in Megillah brings a story that Rabbi Rav Zeira spent one time Purim together. And they got so drunk, the Gemara says, that come Rabba v'shochtel Rav Zera. Rabba came, and the Gemara says, and he shechted, slaughtered Rav Zera. Then, when he got sober, he realized he killed his friend. He made Tchias HaMeisim. He revived him. The following year, the Gemara says over there, Rabba says, let's go have again another Purim party together. Rav Zera told him, Lo kolem misrach hashnisa. I'm not relying on you. I don't trust you. Miracles doesn't happen every day. He refused to have a Purim with him. So there's a lot of pirushim on this Gemara. What happened over there? How could Rabba, God forbid, what? He's a killer. He murdered, even as a drunk man, he murdered Rav Zera, especially a man that has such a koiches and tchias hameisim. How could he do that? Like I said, there's many pirushim over there. There's a pirush that offers, the Rebbe offers. The Rabba of Rav Zera, the Rebbe said, the way we take it in Avodas Hashem on a daily basis. Rabba at Meloshen big. There's big stuff in our life. There's Rav Zera. Zera in Yerushalmi, they call him Zeira. It's Meloshen small, Zeira. Small stuff in our life. So it comes like this. Come to davening. Davening, it's a big thing. The Gemara says, "As a dvarim shomnim berumoy shel olam." It's in a higher place in the world. There's a tefillah. It's a big deal. It's a davening. And the small stuff of being bothered, the small stuff, how do I cover the check, and how do I do this, and how do I... There have a lot of small stuff in our life bothering us. So it comes to daven, and all of it comes with you. You know, when you come to that, all of a sudden you remember everything. I didn't do this, and I didn't do that, and you did this. They said one time from Rabbi Salanter, somebody said I forgot something. You don't know what's the big deal. You forgot. Daven Shemon Esrei, I will remember. You daven Shemon Esrei, all of a sudden everything comes to mind. Everything bothers you. So that's the Rebbe said. That's the pshat. Comes the time of Avodas Hashem. Purim is a big time of Avodas Hashem. Says Kippurim. It says in Tikkun Zohar. Yom Kippur. It's like Purim, meaning Purim is as a big inyan of Avodas Hashem. It says Kom Rabba, comes big inyan of Tefillah. He says before davening, shochte l'Rav Zera, all the small stuff that bothering you, shechtem, it doesn't exist now. You immerse when you come to davening. It's not only the phone and this in your thought and your speech and your action. You're completely in a different world. It shouldn't bother you. Shecht all the small stuff during davening, and that's what he says here. You have to immerse into davening. Are you davening like this? So even you davening and your friend doesn't daven, but are you putting so much koiches in your to daven with hachana, before davening, during davening, and avodas tefillah like this guy? Is have to have challenges on the street. You don't. So Mimela, you have to have humility for him because he has a bigger avoid, a bigger process, a bigger efforts to fight his other than you have in your besmeder. So that's what if a person looks at that's one of the methods only. So at the bottom line, a person have to have humility in front of everybody. Mamash believer be'emes la'amito. We cannot feel superior. We cannot feel superior to others. You have no right to feel superior, to feel holiness, and that's one of the inyanim. If the nefesh Abraham is inflated, it doesn't let. That's a big the curtain from the light of Hashem shining in the person. So when a person deflates his nefesh Abraham, is one of the things is to be humble. When the nefesh Abraham is deflated, the light of Hashem will shine in him. Okay, Rabbi, good night, and Hashem will see you tomorrow night.